Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091 and welcome back to Let's Play 999. Now, I think these next couple episodes are going to be a little odd because I don't know where the hell I actually go in terms of where to start recording. So I was kind of thinking, how the hell should I, how do I get these other endings? And I could have figured that one of them must have something to do with that safe in door 5. So I actually went through door 5 first, and I was looking around. No new dialogue showed up at all. But I kept examining the safe, and they did mention, they're like, well, why the hell is the safe here when there was no point in the puzzle? I did that as after I was done solving the puzzle. I went and checked on the safe again. They're like, there's no point in the safe, apparently. I think there is. I mean, it's just odd. I don't know why it's there. And I decided to go through door 8, and well, this new dialogue showed up. He said, what kind of job do you have? What are you? And I tried skipping this, but apparently this is new. So, I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit. Why? She blinked. Huh? Oh, it was just something. She stopped typing for a moment and her face fell. This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, you may realize, and quickly shut his mouth. Dolores' fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen. Oh, what are you doing now? I'm going to try and brute force it. What? A brute force attack is, and please tell me she goes in detail. Well, the short version is I just attacked the thing head on. The long version, without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain. A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher, she told him. Which is true, however, they tend to take forever, depending on how the hell you go at it. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. This is very true. The thought of doing something like that made Junpei feel tired, but Lois explained that she was writing a program that would run just such an attack on its own. Is that the most elegant solution? Certainly. But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do. Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a little awed. Oh, but back what we were saying about earlier. What were we talking about? The wireless display. It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's just say you write a program that calculates an additional problem for you, alright? So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange? No. Not really. Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1? The main computer, right? You said it's connected to the monitor wirelessly. Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They probably think that this thing here, a monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they decide that, they'll start examining the monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see. The color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Ah, I see. So this wire supplies power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes, just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations. But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected, wirelessly. Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head. So, what are you trying to say? Nothing. Really. It's just... I thought maybe... What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that? Huh? Well, let's just say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting, so stimulating this part of the brain causes a person to see colors. This must mean the neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out that part. Ah, just as I thought. Cutting off this part causes this function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. You get it? It's just like that monitor. Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in the main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't even know about wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains where we experience that information as thoughts. Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. No, her argument just seemed silly, and he was a little surprised to be hearing something like that from someone like her. The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs from somewhere else? Did Lois really think that, he wondered? It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultish religion. Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia. Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lois continued. If memories actually stored somewhere else in some sort of main body, somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged. I suppose I would explain emphasis, emphasis, whatever, and blind sight too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people of that word could be suffering from the same thing. Wait a minute. What? He knew what that was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blind sight was easy enough to guess, but you ever heard the word prosopagnosia before? Well, you never... Oh, that's a new angle. Well, you never heard of that? Lois spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head. Nope. What is it? Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face could look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. Okay, actually I did hear about that before. Just recently, too. I don't know what the hell I was watching and brought it up. That means that people with that have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair. Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks? No, I don't think so. You see monkeys like in the zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same. Even though they're obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually, but you and I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. That's how people would be to someone with that. Huh. Didn't even know that kind of thing existed. Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone entirely out over his head. And, what were we talking about? The idea that your brain's just an output device, like a monitor. Are you serious about that stuff? Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it. What about the other half? Well, I guess I was just adulting. Not funny. Lois' smile had somehow rather masochistic to them, or masochists, whatever. It's something more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But it looks like I don't need to talk anymore. Why? I don't have to kill time any longer. As she spoke, Lois raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter key. The program took only seconds to analyze the system. Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted. Piece of cake. Lois would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not make her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared, to be replaced with... that. 9 squares arranged in a 3x3 square. What the hell's that? No idea. It looks like a puzzle. Suddenly, Lois stood up. And there we go, the thing's taken off again. And actually, I think I know the puzzle if I just do this. There we go. I am smart. Which means I don't even think we need the ethanol in here. We could take it if we want. Actually, I don't know why the hell I'm doing this. So yeah, I'm just stopping off at points where there's new text. So I went through door 5, and I guess going through door 8, it allowed us to... Because I guess we spoke to her. I guess it triggered because of we found out about Seven's amnesia, and she was talking about it. Maybe that's why Seven has amnesia. Blah blah blah. I don't know. But in any case, I'm gonna meet you guys back whenever there's gonna be another new dialogue section. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right. There's apparently new text here because I can't move on forward. I wanted to ask you something. Junpei, you went to door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say like anything weird? Why is she asking me this, Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him. He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something, that would help her. However... Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but... that's about it. Okay. Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned her walk away. Hey, wait a minute. Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if Snake, I mean, was he born? You're talking about his eyes? Yeah. No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm. His arm? Yeah. My brother's left arm, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm. Wow. Is that all you want to ask me? Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded. Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff. Clover only shook her head and walked down the stairs. That's very interesting. Well, now we know that Snake was in an accident which caused his blindness, but also he has a prosthetic left arm. Didn't know that. Alright, I'll be back when there's something new happening. New dialogue. Something about the key. The key? Ain't that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here. Oh, okay. Seven tossed something small metallic towards Junpei. He caught it and found that the object was a key. I could have sworn we saw this already. On it, someone had engraved a symbol very similar to a 4. He looked over at June and nodded back. It had to be the Jupiter symbol. I'm gonna let you hold on to that, alright? Yeah, I got it. Well, I've got something for you too, then. And that is the Saturn key card. Found in the kitchen. I might lose it. It's probably better if you hold on to it. That way, it won't be my fault if it gets lost. And with that, she pressed onto Junpei's hand. He felt slightly less than honored. As a group, they now have 3 keys that have been not being used. Earth key, the Saturn key card, and Jupiter key. Okay. Why the hell is this? This is really new dialogue? I thought it was going to be new dialogue. Why was it not letting me skip this? Now it's letting me skip. Okay. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Seems to be new dialogue here. I decided to go through door 6 because I have a hunch. Like I mentioned in my last episode towards the end, I think one of the endings, it has to be all related to that mummy and dealing with the Ice 9. And if I realized in doors 4, 7, and 1, it all mentioned a mummy. Now, I'm assuming that something with that safe, I'm thinking that it has nothing to do with that, so I'm going the opposite areas. I went through doors 5, which was a safe in there, and I went through 8 because 7 did bring up the Ice 9, and now I'm here in 6 because we all know what happened in 2, and there wasn't, I just didn't want to go in 2, it's like, and then 1 did mention well, it did bring up the hieroglyphics and whatnot, so didn't want to go in there just yet, so I'm here in 6, and it does seem to be a little bit of new dialogue here. At least from what I've seen. Junpei and Ace followed him. You know, speaking of experiments, Santa suddenly stopped. There was this experiment some scientists did with rats. First, they took a square C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown. The tank had 2 exits, A and B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. Exit B, however, is electrified, which means a rat can't leave through it. So what would a rat do if it was put in a situation? Which exit would the rat choose? There was a moment of silence after Santa posed the question, and Ace responded. B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified. Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A. You can't say it's very interesting or relevant. It's simply a story of a laboratory experiment. You're right, it isn't very interesting. Yet. These scientists repeated this experiment over and over using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation of rats, it took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in a tank and it instantly chose exit A, even though attempting to go through exit B, without even attempting exit B. But even that wasn't the most impressive thing. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in the second experiment began trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial experiment. These rats were not related to the rats used in the first experiment and had never even come in contact with them, and yet they all easily found their way to exit A, as though they already knew. What did it mean? Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium? Ace looked skeptical. Santa snorted at him. How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that story is true. And if you got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot we haven't checked out yet. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out. Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Chupa, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone. Hey, wait! There's something I want to ask you. Santa stopped and turned around. What did they use that tank for? Huh? Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rest to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait or by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown? Santa gave a grim bark of a laugh. You know the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge? You ever think about that? Well, emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something. Or something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration. Inspiration? Yeah, think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses, and pulls up with what you need. So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge. Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching and his stomach felt strange. What the hell is all that about? How the hell did I trigger that? Well, in any case, I could meet you guys back, but I'm afraid this video is going to go on longer because there's going to be more like these scenes I've never seen before. So I'm going to stop it right here. In the next episode, I'll come back to when there's new dialogue. This might be at the end of this or in between. Who knows? So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play 999. I'll see you guys later.